Hi everyone, I'm Chef Leroy and welcome to my cozy kitchen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I certainly am. The weather here in Minnesota is a little chill, a little windy, but we are going to do a fantastic indoor project today. What am I making today? I'm going to make a eggplant lasagna. So what do you need for eggplant lasagna? Well, you need eggplant. Now I've picked up these beautiful large eggplants from the store. I don't know if I need all of them, but a couple other things you're going to need. Need a roasting pan or dish. Going to use a lined sheet tray. That'll be for my slicing my eggplant, and I'm going to spray them with some pan spray, and I'm going to grill them. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so a couple other things. You need a meat sauce, okay? So what I did a turkey meat sauce. I'll tell you what I have in there since I had done this yesterday, so I kind of eliminated all the steps today to do this. Meat sauce consists of 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 medium to large yellow onion diced, 1 small to medium green pepper diced, 1 small red bell pepper diced, and I did put a little bit of carrot in there. I had a small piece of carrot that I was using for another dish, so I put that in there as well. 2 pounds of ground turkey. I have 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons dried basil, 1 tablespoon dry oregano, half teaspoon of dry thyme, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then the tomato sauce. I have 1 can of tomato sauce. It's a 29-ounce can, and 1 29-ounce can of tomato puree. Okay. Now I do have photographs of these items as I was putting it together. I will include that in this video, so you'll see what I'm doing with everything. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do is get my eggplant prepared. Now, I do have some other ingredients that go to the lasagna, and that's going to be my cheese filling, okay? So I've got ricotta cheese. That's a 2-pound container. I have a half cup of grated Romano cheese, or shredded Romano cheese, and I have 2 eggs that I've whipped in this bowl, okay? I will show you how to put that cheese mixture together in a minute. But first thing I want to do is work on my eggplant. So I'm going to peel my eggplant. Do you have to peel it? No, you don't. You can leave the peeling on, but I like to usually peel mine. So first thing we're going to do is get this stem end off. So I just take a sharp knife, and I cut around the stem, and go ahead and take that stem end off. All right, let's get that camera here a little closer so you can see how I do everything and how I slice it, all right? So I'll get the camera down here and you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, so I've got the camera closer so you can see what's going on. I'm going to peel my eggplant. So take your peeler and pull the skin back. And there you go. Take a little bit of the other part off there. Clean it up nice. Okay, what we're going to do is slice it into planks, nice thin planks, okay? So, nice and thin. It's hard to do the first one thin because it's got that rounded edge on it, but just like that, nice and thin, okay? About a 1/4 inch thick. Now as you get closer to the end like this and it starts to get a little harder to manage, then go ahead and drop it on your board and then cut it this way. Trying to maintain that same width. Okay, just like so. Now again, I didn't know how much eggplant I really needed to do the recipe, so I was just kind of basically guessing. But these things were beautiful, so I wanted to go ahead and cut this one a little bit thinner, this other end. There we go. Okay, so what I'll do next is I'm going to spray them with pan spray. So set your tray there, lay them down on the tray, just like that, and hit them with a little bit of pan spray. Okay, flip it over, and on the other side. And go ahead and throw your next layer down. Just like that. Go ahead and spray. Flip it over. This is a canola spray, by the way. You can use whatever spray you like. So that's what this one is here, canola spray, okay? There you go. All right. Okay, so I decided just to do the 2 large eggplant for now. I'm gonna see how much I've got here, but it looks like plenty to make the lasagna. But I'm gonna get these over to my stove and I'll show you how I'm cooking them up. All right, I've got my griddle on here. This is my La Crescent cast iron griddle. I'm going to go ahead and put those eggplants on there just like that. Cook them a little bit on both sides. And I'm going to transfer them onto a plate, which is right there. So basically we want to brown them up a little bit on both sides. I'll kick this up a little higher. Because I put that pan release on there already, pan spray, they're not sticking, which is what you want. Don't want them to stick. Look at that, don't they look beautiful already? All right, and then just continue. Go ahead and stack them on this tray or plate and go ahead and cook them all up. All right, one thing I wanted to add to the video as I'm cooking these eggplant slices off, you don't have to use this type of pan if you don't have one. You can just use a regular saute pan as well. Okay, so that concludes the cooking of my eggplant. And they look fantastic. So now we are ready for the assembly step. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off your stove. We are ready. Okay, so before we get assembly going here, we're going to make our cheese filling. Okay, so this is a 2-pound container of ricotta cheese. Go ahead and put that right in your bowl. Okay, I'm going to add the 2 eggs that I whipped. I always do my eggs in a separate bowl, and why? Because if you drop an eggshell in there, you can make sure you can fish it out before you put it in with your mixture of other items, and then go ahead and add that 1/2 cup of shredded Romano cheese. You can use Parmesan as well. That doesn't really matter, it's up to you. I just happen to have Romano cheese. Go ahead and stir this up nicely. All right, so there you go. Okay, let's go ahead and get the assembly started here. Now, I've already got my baking pan here, already sprayed with pan spray. I'm gonna slide this eggplant off to the side so you can see how I do this. Put that back in there. Okay, sauce. First thing we're gonna do is put the sauce in the bottom, okay? Now, I don't know if I need all this sauce. I just happened to cook 2 pounds of turkey. I didn't really know exactly where I'd end up, but anyway, I've got quite a bit of sauce here. So go ahead and put that in the bottom. That's your first layer. Spread it on the bottom just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And go ahead and layer your eggplant on top. Now, which way do I want to do it? That's going to be the trick. So just kind of figure out a good layout. Try to stick with the same sizes. Just like that. Looks good. All right, how's this going to work? All right, I might have to cut some down. So we want to layer it so it's not over the top of the other one too much. This is a smaller piece, that'll work. Go ahead and take these smaller pieces and put them on there. There we go, that looks okay. All right, next step is our cheese filling. Might have too much of this stuff too, I don't know yet. It's the first time I made this. But I wanted to make an eggplant lasagna for quite some time. It's been a long time since I actually made a lasagna. Tell you one thing, it smells good already. Don't even have, just like that. Okay, again. All right, let's go ahead and add sauce to the top. Okay, go ahead and spread that on there. All right, let's go ahead and put another layer of eggplant on top. That's why I didn't do that third eggplant, because these are really big eggplants and I wasn't really sure how much I actually needed. It's a little overlap there. Let's see if I can. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. Just like that. And this other piece, just like that. I'll fill it in with a little bit of these smaller pieces. You don't have to do this, but I just want to get it completely covered. Use up most of my eggplant as well. There we go. Should all cook together nicely. Okay. And then, again, our cheese filling to the top of that. Now with the egg and the mixture, that will tighten this up. So you should have a nice thick layer of cheese sauce in the middle of all this goodness. And with that turkey meat, and then we're not using pasta, this is a very healthy dish, honestly. Low carbs, and just lower fat. Yeah, that was perfect with that. That eggplant is going to actually come out just right on the money. I didn't need that third one, but that's okay. I really like eggplant, so I'll just cook it up with something else later. Just spread that meat sauce right over the top. Go ahead and lay your eggplants out. It's a big one here. Put that right there. It's okay if that's layered a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use this other one here. It's a bigger piece like that. I can cut this one here. Put that right there like that. There you go. Okay, there we go. Now, all I have left from those two giant eggplants is that little bit right there, and we can just eat that. All right, now this layer here, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of my cheese up here, because otherwise I don't know what else to do with this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cheese filling on this last layer, and then we're going to top it all off with some mozzarella cheese, which I have shredded here on the side. Boy, this looks so good. Hopefully it's not too full. I got it all the way to the top. It has to have a little bit of room to bake, but we'll see how it goes as we're cooking it off here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add some more sauce to the top. And what I recommend you do with this container is go ahead and put a tray underneath it, so in case it does bubble out, you're not going to have it all over your oven. Top it off with some shredded mozzarella cheese. And there we go. Okay. Voila. All right, let's get this in the oven. All right, guys, I got my baking pan on top of a sheet tray, okay? Make sure you have it on a tray. And I've got it loosely covered with foil. I'm trying to keep the cheese from sticking to the top of the foil. Now, I don't know that that's gonna really help a lot, but just keep it kind of loosely covered. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake this for 50 minutes. I'm gonna check it in at 50 minutes and see where we're at, and add additional minutes as we go. So that's the plan. So let's go ahead and get it in that oven. All right, guys, oven is preheated and ready to go. And I have it on convection heat. As you can hear the wind blowing, and we are going to set this for 50 minutes. There we go. All right, timer started. So we'll get back to you in a little bit here. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a recap on my eggplant lasagna, which I made today. Again, I use turkey for my meat sauce. You can use whatever meat you choose, or you can use no meat and just do a vegetarian dish. I think this should be fantastic. I have not tried it with eggplant yet. Generally, lasagnas are made with pasta, but I'm trying it with an eggplant. I hope the video was easy enough to follow along with. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a couple thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And please subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all of you out there that have already subscribed to this point. Again, subscriptions are free to join. It just lets you know when a video has been put out there by me. Anyway, I've got some photos of my sauce making in the beginning of when I was actually throwing my sauce together. So I'll put those photos at the end of this video so you can see how that progression was on how I made that sauce. Again, I cooked the sauce once I had everything sauteed together, and I cooked my sauce with my tomatoes for 1 hour after that. So that's how long that took to cook down. But again, I'll show you some photos of how I did the progression and what was in the sauce. You guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy, and out. And thanks for watching My Cozy Kitchen. Okay, so full disclosure on the cook time. I had cooked it for 50 minutes. When I temped it out, it was temping out at about 100 degrees, so I added another 30 minutes to the cook time. Same temperature, 350. Time's just about to go off here, and then I'm gonna pull it out here and check the temp one more time. And my feeling is that it should be good to go. Then I'm gonna bake it open for probably an additional 10 minutes. But let's just see what the temperature is here when we open this up. Okay, stop time. All right, let's go ahead. It's a little noisy, but let's go ahead and open it. Pull that foil back off. See how it looks. Oh boy. Woohoo! Now, you can see it cooking out of the pan. That's why you want a tray underneath it. All right, we're still not temping out very hot yet. About 135. I think what's going on here is it's such a thick mixture. Plus, that meat sauce that I used was cold. I'm going to bake this open now to get browned up on top a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and bake it open. I'm gonna keep that foil around just in case I need it. Let's go ahead and set the timer for another 10. So that puts us up to 90 minutes. All right, I'll show you what it looks like when 10 minutes are up. That'll be an additional 10 minutes with the cover off. Let's pull it out, take a look. I think I'm gonna cook it longer. This didn't brown up too much on top, which is okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go another 20 minutes. It's taking a long time. This is a really thick amount though, so I'm sure that's part of the other issue. I think what I'll do now is I'm gonna rotate the pan too. Sometimes your ovens don't cook a lot evenly. Let's go ahead and put that back inside. I'm gonna leave that cover off still. And now I'm going to bake it for an additional 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes. All right, that's where we're going. Let's see where we are at in 20 minutes. Okay, timer is up. So now we've got a total of 30 minutes of open baking. Look at the top of that now, how nice and browned up it is. It looks beautiful. Temp it one more time. But it's good, I'm gonna take it out. Well, we'll show you what it looks like when everything is completely put together, but it looks fantastic. I got some asparagus to go along with my meal, and I've got a tomato cucumber salad as well. But we're gonna let this rest. We'll cut it up, plate it, and I'll show you what everything looks like at the end of the video.